All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachak double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Shalom, salutations to the hopeful elect that's fighting the good fight of faith and truth, in sincerity and wholeheartedly, and Shalom to the Akwath, which is the women believers, Shalom to you. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So as you see on the screen, I have a definition called conclusive. So that's what I want to title this video. All the scriptures is conclusive, but my favorite book, Ecclesiastes, this is King Solomon. You know, he was the king. The Lord blessed him with all wisdom. He had the riches. He even said in Ecclesiastes 1:17 that he gave his mind, all right, to folly and wisdom. So he was an experimenter, if that's even a word. But King Solomon, he experienced all manners of life, and he came to the conclusion that is vanity and vexation of spirit. Now, when you read the book of Ecclesiastes, King Solomon didn't say it verbatim that everything is vanity, vexation of spirit until, you know, the kingdom of heaven. But he said it in a lot of ways, because basically he's going into how the wise and the fool, we all die. How you can labor for riches and then die, and then a fool can inherit it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he basically is like letting you know how on this side, the way that this world is set up, you know, and the Lord talks about that. The Lord talks about that. So I want to title this video conclusive thoughts. So as you see the definition, it said relating to, being in conclusion, putting an end to debate or question, especially by reason of irrefutability. All right. So you can't irrefute this. I can't even say the word, but you can't refute it. All right. So that's only if, you know, the Lord is dealing with you. He opened your eyes. He brought you out of darkness, brought you into his marvelous light. So when you read the scriptures, you understand that it's conclusive, that everything that the word is saying is a fact, and it can't be debated. It can't be refuted. It's irrefutable. All right. So, and the Lord said that would be the case, because Ezra, our forefather Ezra, was asking the right questions. Oops, so look at this. I hate every time I come to this app, it goes slow now. So anyways, oh man, see? So it says, and so starting from 27. So when you read up in this chapter, you know, Ezra's asking them questions. So basically, like, why is the world the way that it is? Why are we in captivity? Why the heathen is ruling over us? You know? And then through really from chapter 3 all the way up to, you really say 10, he's basically telling you why. And 2nd Ezra 7, you know, real quick, just to get straight to the point of why the world is the way that it is. I think it's verse 9 or 10. So 10, it said, and I said, it is so, Lord. Then he said, he unto me, even so also is Israel portion. Talking about how you got to enter into the straight gate to enter to the kingdom. But why though? Because for their sakes I made the world, talk about Israel. And when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was this decree, now it's done. We all know that Eve sinned, but Adam didn't rebuke her. He didn't put her in her place. He went along with it. And it says, then were the interests of this world made narrow, full of sorrow and travail. They are but few and evil, full of perils and very painful. Okay. So going back to 2nd Ezra 4. So this is the reason why everything is the way it is. So it's saying, cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in things to come. For this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities. But as concerning the things whereof you ask of me, I will tell you, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. The destruction is around the corner. That's what the prophets prophesy about. All the wickedness that been going on since the beginning of time. Now the Lord is about to judge the world for its evil. So it says, and if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, Babylon the Great, also known as America, all right, that then can not it come that is sown with good, for the grain of evil seed have been sown in the heart of Adam from the beginning, and how much ungodliness had it brought up until this time. So it was very ungodly back in Ezra time, this 2,500 years ago. How much more now? And how much shall it yet bring forth until the time of threshing come? Ponder now by yourself how great fruit of wickedness the grain of evil seed have brought forth, and when the ears shall be cut down, which are without number, how great a floor shall they feel? Okay, so the symbology of the ears, all right, same way how when you pick corn, you cut out the ears, you grab the corn. So the Lord is symbolizing this with people. Now, going to my favorite book. This is why I love this book. It really just touched my spirit. It touched my spirit because I understand, when I first started reading this book, when I first came into the truth and I started reading this book, it's like a light bulb light up in my head, like, oh wow, this is why. So I didn't recognize that I was going through hell even before the truth came into my life, because I always was a person who just like wondering why everything is the way that it is, why my life is this way, So anyways, it said, and I turn myself to behold wisdom and madness and folly. For what can the man do that cometh after the king, even that which have been already done? Then I saw that wisdom excelleth folly, as far as light excelleth darkness. The wise man eyes are in his head, which means that the wise man see where he is going, but the fool walketh in darkness. So when you go to Proverbs 29:18, one of my favorites, where there is no vision, the people perish. That is people walking in darkness. See, our people don't understand the will of the Lord, don't understand why they're in this predicament, don't understand why the so-called white man rule over you. All right. But you so in tune to your flesh, as long as you have goodies to cater to your flesh, whether it be sex, drugs, alcohol, entertainment, whatever it is that you so in tune with, because to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. That's in Romans 8:5. All right, 5 and 6. So the thing is that, it's okay, but here's what you're not considering because you don't have understanding. The world is supposed to be this way because the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So it's a lot of access to wickedness. And if you're wicked, you're going to love this world. And whether you don't think you do or not, you're not calling for a kingdom of heaven. You're not calling for the kingdom that the Bible speak of. Ain't nobody in Christianity that preach Jesus talk about, the kingdom of heaven. They think that when you die, you just float in the air for the rest of eternity or go to hell. So it says, the wise man's eyes are in his head, but fool walketh in darkness. And I myself perceive also that one event happened to them all. Then said in my heart, as it happened to the fool, so it happened even to me. And why was I then more wise? Then I said in my heart, this is also vanity. Because when you start to recognize, when you go a chapter back in Ecclesiastes 1:18, it says, he that increaseth wisdom increaseth much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth much sorrow. Once the Lord really sup with you and give you understanding, you start to realize like this is some bullshit. But the beautiful thing though, we should know the truth, and the truth have made us free. Now we understand that there is an end to all this madness, but until then we got to suffer it. All right. So, and the scripture says in Proverbs 13:12, Hope deferred, which means delayed, make up the heart sick. Your heart is your mind. All right. So yeah, you have weak moments. You have times where you just pissed. You have times where you pray to the Lord, which is a right thing to do, to hurry up and destroy this place. But it's frustration behind it. So it said, "For there is no remembrance of the wise more than of the fool, forever," which means a very long time. And it says, "Seeing that which now is in the days to come shall all be forgotten, how dive the wise man as the fool." Now the beautiful thing about even though the wise die and the fool die, the fool, as the scripture says in John 5:28, being resurrected unto condemnation. And then those, because the scriptures goes into the resurrection. If there's no resurrection, then we are through. All right, because that's part of the kingdom. The Lord talks about those who die in the Lord shall be risen first. All right, so you have people who will be risen unto condemnation, and some that will be risen to everlasting life. So if you live wisely, if you have to die, because some of us are not going to die, only the martyrs, whoever they may be, your name, your works follow you. So that's the positive thing. So it says, "Therefore I hated life, because the work that is wrought under the sun is grievous unto me, for all is vanity, vexation of spirit. Yea, I hated all my labor which I had taken under the sun, because I should leave it unto the man that should be after me." And then who knows if that man is going to have wisdom? Who knows if that man going to take that riches and, add on to it? So this is all vanity, and you don't take nothing with you. As you come in, it's the way you go out. Let's go to, I think that's 18. Yeah. "So I said in my heart concerning the estate of the sons of men, that the Most High might manifest them, that they might see themselves are beast." All right. "For that which befall of the sons of men befall of beasts." Talk about death. "Even one thing befall of them, as the one dieth, so dieth the other. Yea, they all have one breath, so that a man have no preeminence above a beast, for all is vanity." Now, what do it say in Wisdom of Solomon 2:23 and 24? And the reason that I'm quoting a lot of scriptures, because I don't want the video to be too long. This video is going to be a little lengthy. All right. So, what it say in Wisdom of Solomon 2:23 and 24? It talks about that the Lord intended for men to be immortal, but envy of the devil, death came into the world. Trying to be all, I see they doing something different than us. Because remember, Adam and Eve only knew righteousness. All right. So the philosophy that they got from the serpent was a whole nother way. And they liked it. Okay. Because guess what? It catered to the flesh. So at that point in time, we was immortal. But guess what? Remember, he that increase of knowledge, increase of sorrow. He that increase of wisdom, increase of much grief. That's the will of the Lord. Obviously, we all wish that we could have just had it, been immortal from the beginning, had the kingdom from the beginning. But where do the Lord get his just due? Where do the Lord get to show his power? Where do the Lord get to show his mercy? All right. So all of this had to happen. This is all the will of the Lord. If the Lord didn't want Adam and Eve to sin, it would have never happened. But now we here, we're waiting for the Lord. The Lord about to magnify his name again. And this will be the last time that he'll have to magnify it. So, yeah, but this is why King Solomon came to the conclusion, what's the point? We all die. We die just like beasts. As it says in Psalms 82. All right. It have said that ye are gods, but you should die. Matter of fact, real quick, I think it's 82 and 6. Yep. "I have said ye are gods, and all of you are the children of the Most High, but ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes." All right. And that was never supposed to be the intention. Oops. Going back. So it said, all go to one place, all are of the dust, and all turn to dust again. Okay? So yeah, man. Matter of fact, let's go to the first 3 verses of chapter 4. It says, so I return and consider all the oppressions that are done under the sun, and behold the tears of such as were oppressed, and they had no comforter, and on the side of their oppressors there was no power. There was power, but they had no comforter. So imagine that. So, the people that's oppressed, that's us as a whole. But just imagine the time of slavery, which was deserved. We ain't have no, comforter back then. We had to go through it. See, now we do have a comforter. But the people who got power, they don't got a comforter. All right? They are ruling people to their own hurt. So it says, wherefore I praise the dead which are already dead more than the living which are yet alive. See, this is where wisdom come in. Death is better than life, man, especially in this world. See, there is no persecution in where the Lord dwells. There is no oppression. There is no sickness. There is no pain. Okay? Yeah, better is he than both they which have not yet been, who have not seen the evil work that is done under the sun. So the Lord is saying, King Solomon, if y'all don't know, this is Yahweh Shai, all right, in the reincarnation. So anyways, the Lord is saying it's better for you to not even see the light of day. He also repeat that in Ecclesiastes 6. So, but the beautiful thing though, if you do the right thing, it said a good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and long favor than silver and gold. Loving favor rather than silver and gold, because remember, riches perish, but the Lord giving us everlasting life, don't have, you should know what everlasting mean. Okay, so the point of is that once you recognize the situation that we are in, you should have no thought but to look to what Yahweh Bashim Yahushua got for us. So whether you die in the Lord or not, if you part of the elect, you're gonna be good. Because some of us ain't gonna taste that. That's at Luke 9:27. So it said, here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High and the faith of Yahushua. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, right, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yeah, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them. And that's the beautiful thing. So what is the purpose of this video? To understand that everything in this world, first of all, is temporary. And everything is vanity, vexation, and spirit. So while you putting all your stock and hope in this life, the Lord talks about the end of the world. So let's get that. End of the world is talking about the end of an age. So this is the people that's ruling. So for Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that follow. That's what gives us hope, prophecy, understanding. Blessed are your eyes that they see. See, for the ones who can see, you see it plainly. But everybody else is like, I don't know. They have discrepancies. All right. Scripture says in Romans 11:7, the election obtained and the rest were blinded. So until the kingdom of heaven come, everything is just vanity, vexation, and spirit, man. So I'm gonna end it on this. I got so much to say, but I don't like to make videos too long. Ain't nobody gonna watch it anyway. So it says, but the multitude of the wise is the welfare of the world, and a wise king is the upholding of the people. Ain't that what the kingdom of heaven is about? Then the Lord talks about how Isaiah 2, Micah 2, all right, Micah 4, Zechariah 8, Isaiah 60, Isaiah 61 and 62, Revelation 22, Revelation 21 talks about us ruling. Okay? talks about us ruling, talk about all the nations being in subjection to us, talks about how they're going to learn our works. So when the multitude of the wise, which is the elect under Yahweh Shai and King David, everybody's going to learn righteousness. And then we're going to actually be able to enjoy, we're going to have everlasting life to do everything. Okay. But right now, we got to, continue to have faith, watch the Lord work, watch his word come to pass, because heaven and earth may pass away, but the Lord's word shall stand. All praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Seek ye out the Lord while he may be found. And Shalom.